Psychologists have found that often we can be predisposed to one way or another depending on our sense of identity. And they've identified these two different stances, which I think it's really helpful to explore as we look at this issue of boundaries. It's whether we have a sense of solid identity or contingent identity. Now, let's suspend any judgment over this. What I'm going to describe will just be around survival strategies that we have learned to keep ourselves safe, often when we're children and sometimes into adulthood as we continue to use those strategies. So first of all, let's deal with a solid sense of identity. Now, this is often when you're really attached to your core values. It may be also that you tend to have a positive sense of yourself. Those sorts of things are really key for who you are. And then a contingent sense of identity will often mean, if you're in this space a lot, it will mean that you're often looking for an outcome to feel good about yourself. But when it comes to navigating boundaries, actually those of us who are more in the space of being contingent around our identity will often find that we really struggle more over this issue. It becomes a bigger challenge for all of us. And so my encouragement here is intentionality, and also a wider discussion with those who are near us around what a healthy expression of this looks like within our context. Ensuring that we are talking about these things because we may have very different views, but it's important that as teams we have consistency, and also for those of us who are working on our own that particularly might have more of a contingent sense of identity, that we can really ensure that we're looking after ourselves intentionally in this area, making sure that, those boundaries aren't being unnecessarily eroded into patterns that mean that we'll reach a state of unhealth. So just something to think about as you consider your availability to others and how you protect time that's for you so you can really rest and restore when you need to.